Today's episode is part of a series called Finishing Your Qualification in Record Time, or you can call it a student development, which I started a while ago, and I hope you are benefiting from it. Welcome once again to Educate Africa with Dr. Sanele Kamede. It is a great honor to know that you are part of this family. My team said I should say thank you for being part of this family. We love you and we hope you are benefiting. One thing that is very important to the team is for you to tell a friend, to be part of Educate Africa team. So today I want us to look at academic writing in an AI era. And I want to say, I'm not an expert in AI. So that, I think I need to put a disclaimer on that. I am a youth life and a career consultant. I am a lecturer. And I think that's the reason why I confidently want us to look at this elephant in the room called academic writing in the AI era. Many people are scared, including people in academia, in many spaces, are scared about AI or are scared of AI. Some are celebrating, and I'm one of those people who are celebrating, and I'm happy that we are exposed to what we call AI because it has came with so many opportunities. But as it came with so many opportunities, it is still something that is confusing to many people, especially in academia. It is confusing for students and it is confusing for some academics because we're still paving the way around issues of policy. And I saw the draft in South Africa, the policy draft on AI. It is out and it's out for comments. And other countries have already put measures, but I want to indicate that it is still something that we are dealing with as Africans particularly. So in the academic space, a lot of people are concerned about the integrity of academic writing. I don't want to lie. I want you to know that AI is here to stay. Like many other inventions, they came, disrupted, taught us something, made things better. AI is here to stay. I said to my students the other day, it is very important that you embrace AI. And talking about academic writing in an AI era, I want you to make sure that you understand how to prompt AI. That's the first most fundamental thing. I want you to be able to prompt AI. I want you to understand that AI is not inventing anything new. AI is putting together, whether it's an essay, whether it's a poster, whether it's a document, using information that is already out there. So it is not something that is going to come up with something new that has not been published before. So when we ask as lecturers, ask you a question, definitely we are asking something that's probably out there, but what we are expecting is for you to conceptualize whatever that is being asked, whether in that assignment or in that long essay. In the case of postgraduate students, we are asking for you to conceptualize it in or within the subject that you are writing on. We are not asking you to go to any AI platform and then put that question and then let AI do the rest, which is what many students are doing. And I've seen apps out there, or I've seen videos advertising apps out there where you can just put your assignment or you can put the topic and then let AI write for you. The other day I saw another one that can write the entire literature review for you. When you look at these videos or when you watch these videos, they sound as if So what is the point of academic writing if there are apps or there are platforms that can do the whole thing for you? Part of those platforms are misleading. Part of those platforms are sort of encouraging laziness. Part of those platforms are incredible because they help us write better. They help us improve our thinking. And all you need to do is to make sure that you are part and parcel of the writing, meaning you go back to what I spoke about, prompting, being able to ask the right questions, being able to let AI argue with your own thoughts. Sometimes you write your thoughts and ask AI to pull up some arguments from different scholars who will argue with maybe the point that you are arguing, or argue with another point that you got from an academic article. And speaking about academic articles, AI has made it very easy for you to find information, has made it easy for you to break down information from, let's say, an article, a journal article that is 32 pages, 50 pages. Today, you can break down sections of that journal article in a very quick and easy to read kind of a format. So AI is helping academic writing, is making academic writing better, but there is something very fundamental about academic writing in the AI era, is that you can't allow AI to substitute you as the student, to substitute you as the scholar. So before you start writing, it is always great to explore the subject through AI, find work that has been done in that subject, and use AI to help you pull out that information so that you go through it quickly and easier. But you still need to lay out the article, lay out the essay, critically analyze, bring real life examples, bring it back to the subject. Don't do what other students are doing, which is just putting the question out there, get whatever that AI has given them, put their name, and submit. I don't think the videos that we have watched on social media who are encouraging the use of AI, they are encouraging that. And if you are in academia, or you are an academic, or you are a lecturer like myself, I think you need to be open to the idea of AI in the institutions of higher learning. In fact, many institutions have embraced it, fascinating as it is, crazy as it may sound, challenging as it may be, but I want you to embrace it. We are still having a conversation as the academic community, and we are not shy to say we are still having an ongoing conversation around how do we maintain the integrity of the essays or the integrity of the output that we then read as submissions. And one of the conversations that is out there is the fact that we need to rethink about the idea of assessments, which means the assessments should not encourage a student to just put a question out there and then allow AI to write for them. So, which means AI is also challenging me to think about what type of questions am I asking? Are these questions that encourages a student to go out there and find information and use AI to probably improve wherever they need to improve? Or am I encouraging students to be lazy? So it is a challenge from my side, but I want you as a student, you as someone who's using AI, to consider yourself in whatever that you are writing. Have your voice. You must be represented in whatever that you write. Whether you are designing a poster, I designed a poster not so long ago. In less than 5 minutes, the poster was perfect. But the poster was not perfect until I said it's perfect, which means I will constantly tweak it there and there and tell AI what is it that I'm looking for, which means AI is never going to substitute us because AI takes information that already exists And it exists because we have published it as humans. So don't worry. But I want you to think about this last point, the issue of ethics in terms of academic writing. It's still the cornerstone of academic writing, is still the cornerstone of academia. So as a student, you need to make sure that you maintain the academic integrity. You don't say something you have taken from AI is yours. You do declare. Some institutions have got templates to declare if you have used AI, and you need to indicate how you have used AI in that declaration. And if you have used it for editing, you declare that you used it just for editing, proofreading your work, or brainstorming or whatsoever. You declare that to show that you are full of integrity. You understand that in academic writing, there must be a sense of integrity. So I want us to really encourage everyone to explore the different platforms that we have out there. And the most important thing, since we are in Educate Africa, I want us as Africans to start thinking about how we can shape AI to start producing information that is relevant to us, to start producing information that speaks to exactly what is happening. Because as we speak, some AI platforms, they do create posters that do not resemble what we wanted as probably Africans, as Black people. Sometimes the information is not correct. So how do we make sure that we play a part in ensuring that these AI platforms do have information that reflects us? But this episode was all about the idea of academic writing in the AI era. The AI is not here to substitute the idea of you writing, especially for research. It doesn't substitute the idea of going out to the field and collecting data, coming back and analyze the data that you need to analyze. But it makes it easy for you to analyze the data. It makes it easy for you to transcribe the data that you came up with or that you collected from the field. So it's not an opportunity to rob anyone. It's an opportunity to do things better. It's an opportunity to do things faster. It's an opportunity to do things in a more improved way, especially because many Africans, if not all, I think all African countries, English is not our mother tongue. So in order for these essays which are written in English, they are written better, we probably going to use these platforms until we reach a day where our essays are written in our languages and we have AI helping us write whatever in our own languages, which is not what we are seeing these days or recently. So I'm hoping that whenever you have a piece of work to do, you are going to explore AI, but at the same time, you know how to responsibly use AI, especially in the academic setting. It is embarrassing, guys, especially students. It is embarrassing to read an entire paragraph which is not written by you, and yet you pretended the whole essay was written by you. And as lecturers, not even as lecturers, people can actually see when something is done by AI. So there are acceptable things that can be done by AI, and there are things that it is more or less, I will say, an academic crime when you pretend you have done all of this, yet it's AI. So explore this for yourself. Drop a comment, share your thoughts, and let us know what you think. In fact, add some few points on this subject. It's an ongoing conversation, and there are a lot of experts that are talking about this, and there are a lot of people who are still learning this phenomenon like myself. And I encourage you, Educate Africa family, to make sure that you learn as much as you can about AI. I will see you on the next episode. But before I leave, again, I would like you to encourage everyone to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe. We love you. And make sure that you go to our shop. There are a lot of products and services that are there. Make sure that you get yourself some of these online courses, books, coaching sessions, and the mesh is also available. It's possible because it's doable. We'd love to see you wear this mesh, and comment under this episode with your own t-shirt. See you on the next episode.